Welcome back. Today we're gonna talk more about variables in general and some more, especially we're gonna talk about operators and more operators on Python and how we can work with operators and variables in general. So we're gonna start by defining or assigning a variable called a. Let's say a equals, let's say 5. If I want to modify this variable, I can come here and let's just say a equals a plus 1. So you can guess what's the value of a when I print it. So just take your moment. So I have a at the beginning equal 5, and then I add to this a another 1. I add 1. So a should be 6, right? And yes, you guessed it right. A is equal to 6. But I can do this in a more elegant way. Instead of saying a equals a plus 1, in Python we say a plus equals to 1. Every time when you see a like two operators next to side and one of them is is equal, it usually means that we use the same variable that we started with. I know this is complicated first, but when we print a again for the second time, look, I get the same results. If I want, let's say, to multiply by 2, let's say I want a this time, a multiplied by 2. If you think about it, it's gonna be 10, right? I can do the same thing like I said using multiply equals to 2. And look, just to make sure, yes, it is 2. If I have, let's say, 6 and I want to divide it by 2, I have a divided by 2, and again it's 3. If we want to write it in a more Pythonic way, we prefer to use this. Just to make sure, we're gonna write it again, and yes, a divide equal to 2 and gives us 3. So this is good to know. This is good habit, we call them. And I can modify this like the way I want. So let's say we have another variable equals to 2. I can come here and modify a to become, let's say, it was equal to 6 at the beginning, and then I come here and I say a equals a multiplied by b. So we can assign a different value to a using the same operator but with two variables. I think you get the idea. Now we can use some more comparative operators. These comparing operators are used all the time in programming, and most of you are familiar with them. Let's say I want to print a equal to b. So you can take your time and think about it. But basically, what's this do? Sorry to my English. So basically, what's this do is take the a value, which is 6, and compare it to b. So I have here a, which is 6, so 6 bigger than or higher than 2. And in math, this is correct. And Python returns to us a boolean value, so it is yes or no, true or false. In this case, it is true, so we expect true, like we get here. If we say, like, for example, a is what we call it, is lower than b. If we say a is lower than b, so what Python does here is it say, okay, a is 6 and b is 2. Is 6 lower than 2? It's not correct, so Python should return false. And all of the comparing operators return boolean values, so it is either true or false. If we want to compare is a is the same value as b, so it is equal, and we type double equal. So if you want to assign, we do 1 equal. If we want to compare, we use 2 equals. You should remember this because it's used all the time. And double equal is used to compare, not like math. In math, we say a equals to be just 1, but here we assign with 1 equal and we compare with 2 equals. So what Python does is say, okay, a is 6 and b is 2. Is 2 equal to 6? No, it's not, so it should return to us it should return to us false. And yes, it did. We also have this higher or equals to, which should return true, and yes it does, because if we say A is 6 and B is 6 and A is higher than B, in this case we're gonna get false. But if we use higher than or equals, we get true, because there is two conditions. And you can guess all the other operators like inferior, like lower or equals. In this case is true. If we do like something like 2, it is false. So this should give you a general idea about how we use this. So that's it for today, and see you on the next one. Bye bye.